Can't sleep again tonight. You turned your phone off, then back on. Checked the time, then checked it again. And somehow, the silence feels louder than anything you heard all day. Maybe your mind won't slow down. Maybe there's something heavy sitting on your chest that you can't even explain. Or maybe it's just that quiet feeling of being alone. But listen carefully for a moment, because even if the room feels empty, you are not alone in it. God is closer than you think right now. Not in a distant, unreachable way, but right here in the stillness of this night. There's a moment in the Bible that feels a lot like this. It wasn't loud. It wasn't powerful in the way people expect. It happened in silence. There was a man who felt completely overwhelmed, tired, alone, even afraid. His name was Elijah. And one night, after everything had gone wrong, he found himself sitting in the darkness, just like you might be right now. He had done everything he thought he was supposed to do. He had tried, he had fought, he had believed, and still he ended up feeling empty. So he ran, not because he was weak, but because he was human. He walked into the wilderness, far away from everyone else. Far away from noise, from pressure, from expectation. And when he finally stopped, he didn't feel strong. He felt exhausted. He sat down, and for a moment, it felt like he had nothing left. No energy, no answers, no peace, just silence. And maybe that's exactly where you are tonight. Not broken beyond repair, just tired in a way words can't fully explain. But what happened next is something most people don't expect, because God didn't come to him the way people usually imagine. Not with noise, not with pressure, not with judgment, but in a way so gentle that you could almost miss it if you weren't paying attention. And that's where everything begins to change. Elijah expected something loud, something dramatic, something powerful enough to shake him out of how he felt. And for a moment, it seemed like that's exactly what was coming. A strong wind passed through the mountains. Violent, loud, unstoppable. The kind of force that makes you feel small. But God wasn't in the wind. Then the ground beneath him began to shake. An earthquake, the kind that makes everything feel unstable. Like nothing is holding together anymore. But God wasn't in the earthquake either. Then came fire. Bright, intense, overwhelming. The kind of thing you would expect God to be in. But even there, God was not present in the way Elijah thought. And then, everything went quiet again. No wind, no shaking, no fire, just silence. And in that silence, there was something different. Not loud, not forceful, a soft, gentle whisper, so quiet that you had to lean in to hear it. And that's where God was. Not in the chaos, not in the noise, but in the stillness. In the exact kind of moment most people try to escape. And maybe that's what tonight is for you. Not punishment, not emptiness, but a quiet space where something deeper is happening. Even if you don't feel it yet. Because sometimes, God doesn't shout over your thoughts. He waits for the moment when everything slows down. Just enough for you to hear him. Not with your ears, but somewhere deeper inside you. And maybe right now, in this silence you didn't ask for, you're closer to him than you've been all day. Even if it doesn't feel like it. Even if your thoughts are still racing. Even if part of you feels distant. Because his presence doesn't depend on how strong you feel. It's there, even in your weakest moment. Even now. And just like Elijah, this isn't where your story ends.